Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodhanandana Vrajajanarandana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Let's do the invocation prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnana Timyandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Sakshulanmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahim Tatatishvam Tantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Thank you, devotees, for coming today on this auspicious Shivratri day. I would like to thank His Grace Neelmani Prabhu for trusting me and giving me this opportunity, even though I'm not qualified. It's for my purification process. It gave me an opportunity to read Srila Prabhupada and his scriptures. And I would like to specially thank His Grace Madan Gopal Prabhuji and Mansi Ganga Mataji for coaching me, for giving me all the nuggets, the treasure nuggets that are hidden in Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Thank you, Prabhuji. I hope I can live up to your expectations. So today, Shivratri, literally as it translates, it's the night of Lord Shiva. Who's Lord Shiva? And why he needs to be glorified. In Padma Puran and Srimad Bhagavatam, it's said that Lord Shiva is the greatest Vaishnava Acharya. And he is one of the best, and it says, Vaishnavam Yatha Shambhu. Amongst all Vaishnavas, Lord Shiva is the best. So today's Sunday program will be dedicated in glorifying Lord Shiva. Before we get into glorification, it is said that Lord Shiva had unalloyed devotion to Supreme Personality of Godhead. And you must have heard many times Srila Prabhupada addressing that word unalloyed. What is an alloy? And what does unalloyed means? Let's take a simple look at it. Alloy is a combination of various metals, right? Unalloyed is completely not contaminated. It's just pure, simple. It's just one metal. So here, Prabhupada gave unalloyed devotion, and there's a sweet pastime to it. And I'll take a quick few minutes to address that, how this name came about with devotees as well. So one day, Hamsaduta Prabhu bought his first school bus, and he decided to tell Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, here's the school bus. And he said, I'd like to come and take a ride on that. So he was like excited. Of course, he told every devotee, was like, oh, we're going to have a ride with Srila Prabhupada in the bus. And then Hamsaduta Prabhu understood, oh my God, I pulled all the seats from the bus. Where is Srila Prabhupada going to sit? So they temporarily made an arrangement where Srila Prabhupada can sit on a chair, and they brought. And then Srila Prabhupada took them and gave the route, Pakka route. He said, turn left, turn right. And nobody knew in the bus where they were going. They just trusted Srila Prabhupada. He was chanting, and Prabhupada took them to Commonwealth Pier. And there he got down with the devotees, and he showed there was Unalloyed Steel Corporation there. And he showed there and said, this is how the devotion should be. And that's how devotees also started getting unalloyed. So that if you see, if you go to Google and search that, you'll say Ride in the Bus by Srila Prabhupada, you'll see the story. So, unalloyed devotion. What does Sri Bhagavad Gita says? Mamshayo vyabhisherena bhakti yogena sevate saggunan samatityam brahma bhuvaya kalpate. One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the mode of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Wow, it's a very heavy packaged verse. Unalloyed, full devotional service. When we do devotional service, it's not that it comes easy, right? We all go through so much of ups and downs. It's not easy. And when you take Srila Prabhupada's early disciples, they went through so much of trials and tribulation. And Srila Prabhupada always said, anything you do in devotional service, there's no failure. It's always a very, very positive, it's because we are doing it to Supreme Personality of Godhead. So one of the things that Srila Prabhupada always emphasizes, failure is a success. It's one of the pillars for success. Meaning, if you fail in your devotional service, don't give up and give in, build on it. So when here it says unfailing, and also one should note that whom are we serving? Srila, whom are we serving? Supreme Personality of the Godhead, who is Satchit Ananda, right? Full of knowledge, bliss, and eternal. So when you serve such Supreme Personality of Godhead, so if one engages himself in that service of Krishna, then what happens is you also transcend, like your devotional service, while you're performing, you're in the transcendental platform. Like how we are part and parcels of God. So when we serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we are also on the transcendental platform. So that's why, sorry, Mataji, I need some water. Sorry, my mouth is dry. That's why it's very important that devotional service be performed in a way that it pleases Krishna, it pleases Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. So because we are in that platform, like how when you take gold, the minute particles are also belonging to that gold, the same way we are part and parcels of God. So we are having qualities of, Supreme Personality of Godhead in us. So devotional service should never be taken lightly. Whatever you do, wherever you go, engage yourself in devotional service. And that's one thing Srila Prabhupada always gave us, right? The opportunity to do devotional service. One of the things I was listening to Her Grace Nitai Sevani Mataji today, where she was saying, devotional service does not come easy. You're going to have lots of trials and tribulations in doing devotional service. And with that comes, where she was quoting Srila Prabhupada saying, Krishna tested me twice in my life. The first test is when he took away everything from me. He lost his shop, he lost everything. Second is he gave me everything. So first time he lost everything. Second is he gave me everything. Like he came with $8. Look at how many ISKCON temples we have throughout the world. So twice he was tested, but Srila Prabhupada engaged himself, never gave up. He said, focus is on Krishna. He's such a pure devotee. But of course, for us, we all want a dream house, dream husband, dream car, dream job, dream children. So we live in the dream land. How do we then get to the temple? So when devotees like Madan Gopal Prabhu or Nilmani Prabhu gives us a devotional service, we engage our, it's an opportunity. We jump on it, we come to it. So the goal here is that devotional service is not to be taken lightly. And how is it connected with Lord Shiva, showing unalloyed devotion? We'll see in the next few slides. Again, this is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Nimna ghanam yatha ganga devanam achyuto yatha vaishnavanam yatha shambhu purananam idam tata. Just as Ganga, Mother Ganges, is the greatest of all rivers, Lord Achyuta, the supreme among deities, and Lord Shambhu, Shiva, the greatest of Vaishnavas. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the greatest of all Puranas. So again, unalloyed devotion too. Now we're going to see how Lord Shiva is, is showing us those unalloyed devotion in a way that he becomes the topmost Vaishnava. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 7, verse 7 says, Lord Shiva becomes the best benedictor in spiritual life. How? There is a story of a Brahmin who was a devotee of Lord Shiva, and he prayed so much to Lord Shiva that Lord Shiva said, you need to go see Sanatan Goswami, and he will give you the best benediction. So this poor Brahmin goes to Sanatan Goswami, and Sanatan Goswami takes a touchstone, a moonstone from the garbage and gives it to him. And this Brahmin is happy because now I have everything. I can actually get everything I want with this touchstone So he walks back, and then a thought strikes. If this is such a best benediction, this is such a best thing, why did Sanatan Goswami put it in the garbage? So he walks back to Sanatan Goswami and says, why did you keep this in the garbage? He said, now you've got the point. I'll give you much better than this. Go to the river, throw this touchstone, and come back to me. So he goes, throws, comes back to Sanatan Goswami. And Sanatan Goswami says, I'm going to initiate yourself in Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. So the Brahmin goes back to Shiva and he says, Lord Shiva, and says, I've got the best benediction. I don't need anything more. So that's one story, pastime, where Lord Shiva becomes the best benedictor in spiritual life. The next one is Radha Kripa Kataksha. It's a beautiful prayer that it's a conversation of Lord Shiva with Mother Parvati, where he glorifies Srimati Radharani. The verses are so beautiful and so intimate in the sense he expresses his heart and the unflinching devotion and that ecstatic mood of Lord Shiva to Radharani pleases Srimati Radharani so much that she bestows all the benediction. When you please Srimati Radharani, we get the grace of Shyam Sundara. And that's the hankering for all Vaishnavas, right? We want his mercy. So Shiva does that. He goes right to the point to Srimati Radharani, pleases her, and gets Shyam Sundara's mercy. The next point is the most priya object of Lord Shiva. Again, there is a pastime to it. There was once a poor illiterate Brahmin who prays to Lord Shiva so much, and Lord Shiva comes down and says, ask me a boon. Lord Shiva gives boons like this, right? You can easily please him. So this illiterate Brahmin goes and says, Lord Shiva, I'm illiterate. I do not know much. And what I'm going to ask this boon is, whatever is dear for you, give it to me. She was like, wow, nobody has ever said this to me. Whatever is dear to me. So he goes to Mount Kailash and starts thinking about it. Nobody, no devotee has asked him, whatever is dear to you, Lord Shiva, please give that. Now he starts thinking, what is dear to me? So as he was thinking, Mother Parvati comes and sees her husband in deep, engaged in deep thinking, and he says, Prabhu, what is this that what is bothering you? Is this something that I can help you with? And he says, no. And he recites the story of the Brahmana asking him, the most dearest, the most precious that is to me. And she says, I'm also curious. What is it? So Lord Shiva then thinks hard and says, Braj Prema Bhakti. That's the most intimate for me. And so that is what is the closest to my heart, to be a gopi, to express and that Raj Prema Bhakti. And so that again shows that Lord Shiva is in the topmost Vaishnava. The next one is Kshetrapal, protector of all temples of Krishna. Like in Mathura, comes as a Bhuteshwar Mahadev. In Nandagon, as Nandeshwar Mahadev. In Kamyavan, the Kameshwar Mahadev. And Vrindavan, as the Gopeshwar Mahadev. Before I recite these two pastimes, I'm going to place a quiz. And thank you, Madan Gopal Prabhuji, for giving me this idea. In Tobacco Temple, we have Lord Shiva in two places. Can you guess? Behind me, there's a curtain. Altar. Throughout the year. Not just this picture, throughout the year. Who said Hanumanji? Hare Krishna, Jai. Hanumanji, good. One more. We have one more. Yes. Prabhuji, you gave a hint. Yes, Advaita Acharya. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Wonderful. Hari Bol. So in Tobacco Temple, we have Lord Shiva in two places, which is Hanumanji and Advaita Acharya. So let's look at the pastime of Nandagon as Nandeshwar Mahadev. So, when Lord Krishna took birth, and he is in the house of Lord Nanda. Oh, sorry. Lord Nanda Maharaj. Hello. It's okay. I can speak loud, Prabhu. Let's continue. I'll go extra one pitch high. So in Nanda, Lord Nanda Maharaj's house, Lord Krishna is born. Everybody is rejoicing. And at that time, Lord Shiva heard about it and he wants to come and see that beautiful child, and he has that hankering inside him. So he comes down to Nanda Maharaj's place and he comes as a mendicant. And Mother Yashoda, as graceful and magnanimous she comes, oh, there is a sadhu who's at my doorstep. I am going to bestow him with some gifts. And she said, wait, don't leave. I'll bring some gifts for you. And he says, Lord Shiva says, no, I don't need any gifts right now. She says, what do you want then? I want to see your child. And Mother Yashoda says, oh my God, look at you. You have ashes around your body. You have a snake and your hair is all matted. This is my little darling baby. When he sees you, he's going to be super scared. I'm not going to allow that. Lord Shiva begs. She's like, no way. I'm not going to put my child through this. So Lord Shiva was very disappointed. He leaves the place. As he was going, Mother Yashoda goes back, and what happened? Lord Krishna starts to cry non-stop. And they were trying to pacify him. Nobody could, because here's dear devotee of Lord Krishna, disappointed, walking away, couldn't see him, right? Krishna was crying. Everybody, all the gopas and the gopis gathered. They tried to pacify. Nothing could pacify him. At that point, one of the gopis, Lalita, came and asked Mother Yashoda, did anybody come, sadhu or anyone come to your house and leave in a very disappointed way? And she said, yes, there was the sadhu who was looking all weird, like with snake and matted hair and all ashes on him. And he came and he wanted to hold the child and see the child. And I said, no way. She's like, no, 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 no. We need to go get that sadhu back home. So Lalita rushes and gets Lord Shiva, and Mother Yashoda brings Lord Krishna as a baby and gives it to him. And Lord Shiva enjoys holding Lord Krishna. The ecstasy he has is like he has tears coming around on his eyes. But then Mother Yashoda sees the love. And Krishna is so stopped crying, joyfully responding to his devotee, purest devotee here. So at that point, Mother Yashoda requests Lord Shiva to stay there in Nandagon and be there as a protector. And that's how we still have Nandeshwar Mahadev there. Another one, sweet pastime. I know I was sharing with Mansi Ganga Mataji also in Vrindavan as Gopeshwar. Let's see the next slide. Lord Shiva as Gopeshwar, bliss of Braj Vrindavan. As you can see to the left, there is this, along with the gopis, there's this cute little gopi who is standing, the little one, sorry, my picture resolution is not great. And that is actually Gopeshwar, and we'll go into the pastime of that. So once while in deep meditation on Mount Kailash, Lord Shiva heard the sweet vibration of Krishna playing his divine flute. Immediately, he wanted to come to Vrindavan, where that particular night, Maharaj has arrived. So Shankarji anxiously goes to Vrindavan to enter the Maharaj. But what happened? Stop! Nope. You cannot come in because no other Purusha other than Krishna can be here. So extremely beautiful Braj Gopis and Vrinda Devi stopped him right there, saying, "Who best among Vaishnavas? In this private mandal, no males except Krishna are allowed entry here." So Lord Shiva says, okay, these women are giving me a tough time, so let me go back and see what I can do. So, but he doesn't want to give up and give in. So he goes, and immediately, whom does he pray to? If you want something from Lord Krishna, whom do you pray to? Radharani. So he prays ardently to Mother Radharani, Srimati Radharani, and he is like really his intense prayer brings pleases Srimati Radharani. She immediately sends one of the Sakhis and instructs him, okay, you can come, but one condition, you have to go to Lake Manasarovar, take bath, and then come back to us. So Shiva is like, okay, I'm in no mood for arguing for that, so I'm going to go to Lake Mansarovar. I'm going to do like Srimati Radharani says. And so he does that, and below, what happens? He turns into a beautiful gopi. And now he's part of Ras Mandal. So this is a beautiful pastime. And then Lord Krishna looks at this teeny tiny beautiful gopi on the side and says, bring her to me. And so Sakhis bring little gopi, and he says, Krishna is so pleased. He's like, Lord Shiva, you have come to participate in this as gopi. This is such sweet, ras of you. Like, this is so sweet. So you're going to be called as Lord Gopeshwar. So even now, if you see, there's a building. He's like the Gopeshwar. Mahadev sits there as Gopeshwar, blessing everybody, giving them the benediction that our devotional service grows and we all develop that Braj Prem Bhakti. Again, I couldn't keep my eyes off those little teeny tiny gopis. Adorable. Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. We must have heard this many, many times, that Krishna is to Bhagavan Swayam. What does that mean? Krishna is the sign, is the origin of everything. Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govindam Sarvakarana Karanam. Again, there's a beautiful verse in Sri Brahma Samhitam. Kshiram yata dadi vikara vishesha yogat sanjayate nahi tata pritagasti hetoh yah sambhutam apitata samupati karyad govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Just as milk is transferred transformed into curd by the action of acids, but yet the effect curd is neither same as nor different from its cause. So I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, of whom the state of Shambhu is a transformation for the performance of the work of destruction. Wow, heavy. Special transformation, Krishna transforming his supreme powers, Navatara, and having Lord Shiva, Shambhu, for the purpose of destruction. And you must have seen many lectures, this milk analogy, milk to yogurt analogy will be given. You know, yogurt is a byproduct of milk. So, and you have paneer, cheese, ice cream, everything comes from milk. But yogurt cannot go back to milk, right? So milk is Govinda, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Curd is Lord Shiva. So there is a purpose why the milk is being transformed, because Lord Shiva is not an ordinary, again, let's not take it lightly. He's not an ordinary living being. He's not a jiva or your typical demigod. He's the planetary portion of the Lord, but Lord Shiva is in direct touch with material nature. So he's not exactly in the same transcendental position as Lord Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu. The difference is, again, like milk and curd. Curd is nothing but milk, yet we cannot use in place of milk, right? The other one is Lord Shiva as Mahajana. How many Mahajanas are there? Can we name? Yes, let's start.
So Maharaj Jana.
Janaka Maharaj, okay. Let's start. Swayambhu Manu. Narada, 3. Bhishma Pita, 4. Bali Maharaj, wow, 5. Prahlad. Kapila Muni, yeah. Yamaraj. Shiva, Lord Shiva. Shambhu. Then we have 3 more. Sukadev Goswami. Yeah, Vyasa, yes. And then the 4 Kumaras. Yeah. Good. Thank you so much. The 12 Mahajanas, who are they? They are the authorities to deliver the messages of the Lord, to, prepare the people to go back to Krishna, go back to Godhead. Those 12 Mahajanas are the greatest devotees of Krishna. So Lord Shiva is one of them. Srimad Bhagavatam says, I think Canto 6, Chapter 1, verse 17, says, one should fearlessly follow the 12 Mahajanas and the line of disciplic succession, and thus be liberated from the clutches of Maya. Let's go to the next most important, Srila Prabhupada's explanation on importance of Lord Shiva. This was in Mauritius on October 5th, 1975. There was a young gentleman who asked again and again to Srila Prabhupada, so Lord Shiva is important. Should we worship him first? Should we not? Should we worship? And Prabhupada said, I gave you the analogy of milk and curd again and again. He said, but Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, can we worship him first? Offer respect to Lord Shiva. And Prabhupada said, yes, of course. Because he is the greatest Vaishnava. That's the clear message that Srila Prabhupada gave to him. He's the greatest Vaishnava. Of course, you want to give him respect, but he's not Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then Lord Shiva's position is as a Vaishnava. And because he holds Ganges water on his head, and Ganges water comes from?
From the locks of
lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Yes. Yes. And Lord Shiva is the spiritual master of the entire universe. So Srila Prabhupada always glorified Lord Shiva. And he said, look, when Kamdeva came, Cupid, right? Lord Shiva burnt with a glance. He's pure. He's the greatest Vaishnava. So we should offer respect to him. But the message is, he is not Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's not second in line, Last but not least, Srila Prabhupada originally took the definition of Krishna consciousness from a line quoted by Srila Rupa Goswami Padyavali. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita, absorbed in the mellows of executing devotional service to Krishna, which Lord Shiva does. He plays, he does, he has this unalloyed devotion. And one of the things we always say, right, like when we don't have anything, it's easier to say, Tera arpan tujhko. Yes. But imagine when you have a lot, Tera nahi hai, mera. Tera hai, small boga, cup of water, Tera hai. Mera hai, sab kuch. Factory, bungalow, house, car. So in devotional service, Srila Prabhupada wants to note, yes, there's going to be difficulty. There's going to be lots of challenges as you go along. But what is the goal here? We have to please Lord Sri Krishna. And we have to please our Guru Maharaj. And it's very important that when we perform devotional service, we know that our complete focus is on Lord Krishna. On this holy, auspicious day of Lord Shiva, let's all pray to Lord Shiva to get the benediction that we will do more service to Lord Krishna, we'll please Lord Krishna. We will go to learn the Braj Bhakti, Prem Bhakti. At least I am trying to. And I really think this is a great opportunity for all of us to pray to Lord Shiva. And I'll conclude my lecture here. And if you have any questions, please feel free. Madan Gopal Prabhu is there, Nilmani Prabhu is there. They can answer. Any questions? Any realizations that you want to share? Please feel free. Yes. Hare Krishna Mataji. I don't think I don't think so that we should fast. Prabhupada never advised that, right, Prabhuji? Yeah, never. Yes, exactly. Shivratri is the night of Lord Shiva. So yes, it's not his appearance. Thank you. But Srila Prabhupada never advised us to fast on this day. But glorifying Lord Shiva, yes, because we have to pray to him so he gives the benediction to us to serve Lord Krishna more, right? Any realizations? Anything? Wow, I put everybody to silence.
Question.
Yes, Mataji.
He was not born on this day. What was the speciality of this?
This today, tonight, isn't that the Shivratri is the Thandavam, right? Shiv Rudra Thandavam, and the Ratri is like where he um, night. What is it, Prabhuji? Like we sponsored wedding anniversary. It's a wedding anniversary. And also Shiva does that Thandav, right? On that day, the ecstatic dance.
Moon God was there, coming to that, right? Because of that's from the arena. That time Shiva comes and rescues him, death, and then he will be added to his head. So that day, Shivratri was created.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. A wedding day of Lord Shiva and Parvati, Mother Parvati, right? Yeah. In South, everywhere we all have different celebrations. But the goal is let's pray to him to have this unflinching, unalloyed devotion to Lord Sri Krishna.
Mataji, one clarification.
Sure.
We say Shiva is the greatest devotee, he's the greatest Vaishnava, and gopis are the topmost devotees also. So between Lord Shiva and gopis, I understand, I believe gopis are the highest. And Lord
Of course.
Shiva.
Yeah. Raj Prem Bhakti is amazing. Lord Shiva wants that. That's his dearmost one. He's one of the gopis. Yes. Gopeshwar.
It was only for time being, not for all the.
He's an eternal pastime. They are always, there's no timeline for that, I guess.
There is the pastime of Naradji, right?
Yes.
He has gone on a quest to ask who is the greatest devotee. And then he goes to all the devotees and they all pass it on to further. Ultimately comes to Srimati Radharani.
Srimati Radharani amazing. If you really, they say, right, if you want to go to the man of the house, go to the women first. So in Transcendental, Spiritual Sky also, Srimati Radharani, you go to her, pray to her, she gives you the benediction. So Shyam Sundar will never refuse if Srimati Radharani blesses you. Thank you so much.
So one more.
Yes, yes, Mataji.
Mataji, have you been to the Vrindavan land and have you been to four temples of Lord Shiva?
4 temples. I've been in South. I've been to Chidambaram. They say Chidambaram is where the axis of the universe is, where he has his foot, Lord Nataraj. I've been there. I've been to Rameshwaram. And I've also been in my native town. We have in Kumbakonam, the birthplace of Ramanujacharya. Ramanuja, not Ramanujacharya, Ramanuja, the greatest mathematician. There is a place called Uppaliyappan, it's called. It means it's Lord Shiva. But in that specific place, I don't know the pastime, but they serve without salt, whatever they do for Shiva in that particular, but I don't know the pastimes. But and then I've been to Vaitishwaran Kovil, which is again South Indian place, Lord Shiva. So, but I've never been to north side Shiva, like Kedarnath, but
Right.
no. Yeah. Kedarnath, yes. No. But Mansarovar, Lake Mansarovar is supposed to be beautiful because that's where, you see those white swans where they say, right, that Annapakshis, which can separate the milk and the water.
Rajan.
Yes. So,
Rajan.
yes.
They can separate.
Yes. So, divine. Thank you so much. And Krishna. Hari Bol. If I have done any offenses, please forgive me, Prabhuji.